Okay.
So wait. Hi.
Welcome to the roof.
Welcome to the roof of the wall. The Warehouse Artist Lofts in Midtown, Sacramento. And I am your mom too, otherwise known as Lanaya. And I am hosting this week's podcasts with the very talented comedians that we are having this coming Friday, First Friday at the Wall. First Friday at the Wall has artists that open up their doors and let you come into their places and look at all their beautiful artwork, and they hate it when you ask about their apartment, just so you know. And then after checking out all the awesome artwork, you can come up to the roof and come and see again our second show of Club Mockery 916 Comedy Collective. And today we have the very talented Jonny Hags, and we are going to be talking about snacks. This is something that I think I'm probably going to be doing quite often, probably throughout this week at least. The theme for this week's podcast is going to be our favorite snacks. So I have my iced green tea with a big tablespoon of honey in it that I drink every day in the morning first thing. And I have a Chobani Clip key lime crumble. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this, but I haven't tried this one yet, but I usually like them. And what do you got, Jonny?
Sounds great. I have Jarritos Mineragua sparkling water. I've recently become addicted to these. And Trader Joe's brand savory thin mini rice crackers.
Those are so amazing.
Seasoned with tamari sauce, and I figured out why they're so amazing is because they have a glaze, sugar glaze on them.
Oh, that's
They're not
crazy.
like high
That's why
sugar or
they have
anything.
that shiny coat.
Yeah, that's why they taste so good as soon as they hit your mouth.
Yeah, I love those with the Trader Joe's. They had a dip, like a blue cheese dip, and it was really rich. But with those, it's just amazing because the blue cheese just contrasts like perfectly. So Trader Joe's always stops carrying everything that you like the minute you start liking it. So I try really hard not to get too attached to things because I never know when it's going to be gone. I mean, I think like that's a staple. That's been there for years, but a lot of their stuff, it pisses me off because I go there and I'm just like, are you kidding me? You're not carrying this again? Like another thing that I liked. Plus, I can't get out of Trader Joe's without spending $200, so I try to only go there once a month.
Which is crazy. Everything's so cheap, but that just gets you to buy more stuff.
Oh, see, but that's the thing though. Trader Joe's is not cheap. Like in any sense of the word. I mean, trust me when I tell you, because I worked at the 3rd and La Brea in Los Angeles. It's like the busiest store in the nation. And it's right smack dab in the middle of Los Angeles. And, like in the La Brea area. But anyway, it was really busy, like celebrity shop there, right? I could get in and get like a week's worth of stuff for $35 for 2 people before I had my kids. And then I worked there too. I used to work at Trader Joe's in Los Angeles at that one. And I have a really funny story I'm going to tell you because people love this story. I had several jobs when I lived in LA. I'm going to be eating while I'm chatting with you. And then we'll get to you. Okay, this is all about me here, Jonny.
That's first.
But anyway, yeah, exactly. So anyway, I lived in Los Angeles from 1999 until we left in 2005 after I had my first son, and it just got to be so expensive to try to have a kid there. It wasn't kid friendly at that time at all. But anyway, so I worked at Trader Joe's was one of the jobs I have. I also worked at Starbucks, and I also worked at a restaurant. And then at some point, I was a bartender at a tennis club in Toluca Lake, which Kato Kalin came in one day, which was really great. Oh, and Norm Macdonald. I said to Norm Macdonald, "Hey Norm, I'm a big fan." And then I went, "So what are you working on now?" And he went, "My television show, Norm." And I was like, I suck. So anyway, but no, that's not even the story. So anyway, I worked at Trader Joe's at the time, so all the employees knew me. And like I said, it was a really busy Trader Joe's. And I knew Jennifer Coolidge. You know who that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. If anyone who doesn't know, she's, Stifler's mom in American Pie. That's how she got her start. She's in everything now, even insurance commercials and credit card commercials. She's a huge deal now, but she back then was just getting her start in like independent funny films, like Christopher Guest did a dog show, and that was or Best in Show, and that was a great movie with her. But anyway, she's really having her, what do you call that moment? That
watershed moment?
Yeah, well, she's just really having this really epic moment right now where she's a big deal. But back then, she was a big deal because of American Pie. It had come out, and it was just like a mega smash. And so, me and my husband were shopping at Trader Joe's, and like I said, I worked there, but I was shopping with him. And my husband is like an extreme introvert. Like, he does not like people looking at him or giving him any attention at all. He's like the opposite of me. He's very just, we have the same viewpoints on things, but the reason why we've been together for almost 30 years is because, we have this dynamic of being kind of different from each other. Anyway, so he's an extreme introvert. And I see Jennifer there, and she's like, "Oh, Lanaya, hi!" And I'm like, "Hi, Jen." And so we're sitting there talking in front of the frozen food part, like, aisle, and like all the employees are like gathering and going, "She's talking to the woman from American Pie. That's Lanaya. She's talking to them." And my husband is just like, "I gotta get out of here. I can't handle this pressure." And so he like just books. He just takes off, right? And I'm like, "Okay." And then I'm like, "Okay, bye." So then I go to meet him, and he's like, "Oh, geez." And she's like, every aisle we go down, every single one, she's like right there. And like at that point, he just keeps turning around and booking, and I just keep being like, "Hi, hi, hi," and she finds it hilarious, right? She thinks that shit is just so funny. So then he's like, "We're going. I don't care if we need more stuff. We're going." And I'm like, okay, we're going. So then we go to the lines, and like I said, this is crazy busy store, like always lines. You've been in busy Trader Joe's, you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, we get in line, and who pulls up right behind us, right? And she's eating pistachios, and she goes like this, she goes, "Nuts," right to him, right, specifically, because she thinks it's fucking hilarious that he's just like so afraid of her, and so she goes, "Nuts?" And he goes like this, "No!" like really loud, and the whole store just stops and like stares right at him, and I'm like, that was great, that was so awesome. So yeah, that was my story.
That's amazing. So how did you know Jennifer Coolidge at that point?
You know what? Because I had so many jobs when I lived in Los Angeles as an actor, and as a stand-up comic, I knew a lot of celebrities, and Jennifer used to come into Starbucks every day, and I knew what she wanted, and I'd make it for her, and we'd chat, and she would always tell me like, "Oh, you'd be great in this, and you'd be great in that," and everything like that, and it was just, she was just really a sweet person, and I can't wait for the day that when I see her again, because I know she'll remember me. I know she'll be like, "Lanaya!" And I so hope Chris is with me, because I'm gonna be like, "Here he is," So I'm sure she'll think, I'm sure that she'll think that is just awesome that we're still around and kicking. So we know that these are our favorite snack. We know why, because they're covered in sugar.
They're not high sugar though.
I
They
know.
don't even have a gram of sugar
Right.
in one serving.
Yeah. So it's a very minimal amount, which they seem to perfect. But you do know that these aren't even made by Trader Joe's, right?
I don't know much about Trader
Every-
Joe's. I go there for like 3 things. That's why in my mind it's cheap, because I'm like, these are $4. I'm really splurging on these.
Here's how long ago I worked for Trader Joe's. When I worked for Trader Joe's, you had to take a math test to work there, because you had to do the change in your head. They didn't have the and if you messed up like 2 or 3 times, you'd get fired. So I got so good at doing math in my head But the one secret I learned from working at Trader Joe's, and I don't think it's a secret anymore so much, but none of their items are actually made by them. They're just a label of a modern product.
Similar to Kirkland brand.
Well, yeah, sort of like that. Like their pizzas are, I believe they're California Pizza Kitchen pizzas. So, and back then, you know, they didn't, but they never wanted us to tell anybody that. So, I just broke a big Trader Joe's rule. Sorry about that, Trader Joe's.
Get free of any
And I think the guy that started them used to be a Nazi sympathizer. I'm pretty sure that too. And all their stuff that they say that none of their produce has any kind of pesticides in it, but they refuse to tell anyone where they do it, where they grow it. And so that's a little weird too. I'm gonna get a cease and desist from Trader Joe's.
All the cats out of the proverbial bags here for Trader Joe's.
All right, so I didn't want to talk all day about Trader Joe's, so let's talk about you, Jonny. What are you up to this week other than the show on Friday?
Not a whole lot. I've been on vacation. I'm still on vacation, so I'm just kicking back this week, enjoying the mild weather. It's really nice considering it's been plus 100 for so long.
Well, we had the 4 hottest days ever recorded last week. So I keep reading all these like articles that are like, it's so alarming, and it's like, well, what do we do? Like, we're in it, so I mean, at this point, it's just kind of like, well, if something big meteor's coming, you know. Okay.
Find a way to make the best of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm at the river every day, even.
Oh yeah.
Pretty much.
Do you have a paddleboard?
Even when I'm not on vacation. I do not have a paddleboard. No.
You know what? I do, and I
myself.
just got it, and I'm a swimmer too. I grew up a swimmer. I met Chris. We were both swim coaches in 1995. So yeah, I've been a swimmer my whole life. But I just got a paddleboard, one of the inflatable ones, and I love it. It's great. It's great.
Yeah, no, my parents use them. I see people on them every time I'm there.
Right.
It seems very relaxing.
Well, if you ever want to go out, try it. You can try it out.
Cool.
Because they're really cool.
Yeah, so that's the saving grace for me about Sacramento is
River.
even when it's deadly hot, I can still enjoy myself at the river.
Right.
So.
Do you go early in the morning?
I'll try to go before noon if it's really torture.
Yeah.
But I find myself staying there, and
It's really just
we've
peaceful.
we've been getting some wind, a little bit of breeze too, so that helps a lot. But it's the other thing. It's more peaceful when people aren't there. So when I get there early, it's just really nice. Yeah, I love it. It's my happy place.
That's awesome. And I'm sorry, where do you work?
I work at a charter school called
okay.
Sava, so I work at one of the locations, and I tutor the kids.
Okay, that's cool. Oh, but it's nice having a. So this is the last week for you for vacation.
This is my last week of vacation, yeah.
And then when does the school start?
I think the kids are back a day after. They actually it's all independent study, so they actually have class the last 2 days of this week, it sounds like, which is really just assignments. And I'm not sure how that works if their teachers are still on vacation. That might not be accurate. But when I was looking at the calendar, that's what it said. And we have Mondays without kids. Teachers can kind of all prep from the Tuesday through Friday. Kids are there.
Well, that's So, but the day that they come back, is it the same day that you go back?
No, I think it's one day after.
Oh, geez, you only get a day to prep.
Yeah, it could be the next week, but I don't think so.
Okay. Well, my kids they start. My 2 youngest, because my 2 oldest are now out of high school, which is weird. But they start on August 19th, so they're starting really early this year. Back to school.
Yeah, we're really early and leave really early.
Are you guys done in like the early May?
No, end of May. Actually, yeah, we work until the end of May, but the kids are off like halfway through May.
Oh, okay.
The seniors, it might even be like 1 week into May, actually.
Right.
They're already done.
Okay. Cool. So, so are you doing any open mics this week at all?
Yeah, I'm hosting Henry's Lounge for the first time. I traded somebody for next week, so I'm not going to do tonight anymore. I'm going to do next week. But that was my plan originally for tonight. And
Because 2B Coffee, I mean, I don't know if it's every week, but I went to the first one on Wednesday and did a set. It was great. It really was.
Okay.
I mean, it was hot, but it was really great. And they had like, you know, you could order food and whatever you wanted to drink. And I mean, it was really nice.
yeah, I mean, I've never had Brazilian food. I wanted to try that place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Marcian, who started that program, he's awesome.
Yeah.
And everything he ends up doing is great. So
Right. No,
I'll be there for sure.
Yeah, no, you should check it out if you can. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to because I'm trying to get ready for the show and everything, but I will try. And then I've been wanting to try. Is it Vincent's on Friday?
Vince's.
Vince's.
In West Sac, yeah.
Yeah, so I've been wanting to try that, but time schedule.
Yeah, I mean, that's a late one. Just so you know, it doesn't actually start until like 10. The start
Yeah,
time
see,
is,
and
like,
I think that's just because I'm not really used to that, like, because I have a pretty solid routine of like walking the dog, smoking a joint, and pretty much going to bed. You know what I mean? So it's like if I try to stay up past that time, I'm gonna probably need to like offset it with like a Red Bull or something. You know, just to like.
Which it's a bar, that won't be a problem to find a
Yeah.
Red Bull there, but the start time I think is 9:30, and most mics start on time, but this guy likes to be late. The host likes to be late, so.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, so check those out if you can, people, if you want to. But definitely come and watch all of our wonderful comics that are coming this week to the Wall Warehouse Artist Lofts at 1108 R Street. First Friday, where you can come and look at art and buy candles and other things at the market. Starts at 6, and our show doors open at 8. It's $10 to get in, and all of the entries go right back to the comedians. So Club Mockery itself is actually not making any money right now, but you do also get a mocktail with your entry. And
Yeah, I'm looking forward to performing, obviously, but even just seeing the artist studios. I'm really into that kind of stuff, and I miss kind of the event that Second Saturday used to be,
right.
and that was so much about seeing the different art studios. And Oak Park does a First Friday thing, but I think the one art studio that was there closed down. Recently got sold. I'm not sure what's happening with it yet. So it's very much like live music, art for sale on the street, but
Right.
it's just as much kind of trinkets and stuff as it. So it's not really
Right, and sometimes it gets like that here too. There's a little bit of contention sometimes because a lot of the vendors that actually are here, but in return they are paying to be here. So basically, and they are being able to sell their stuff. It's just that some people feel like, okay, it's for art. It's not really for like, candles or jewelry or whatever.
Anime mugs.
Or homemade. Yeah. But I personally am just like, but I think most artists are just like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. And our First Friday used to be like really, really big when another artist named Doncho was running it. He was just doing a fantastic job. But since he left and is doing other things now, nobody's really kind of picked up the torch to like run First Fridays. So hopefully in the future, because I plan on having an open mic, or not an open mic, a show every first Friday for Club Mockery, because the space is available. It's gorgeous. It's more than just us that gets exposure. It's my artist neighbors, so I'm all down for it.
Yep.
So and I think that, and we have various places, not just the roof, that we can have shows. We have, a community room that's very large that has had like full-on concerts in it. We have a courtyard. We've got, the dock in the front. We've got the marketplace. We've got a dance studio. I mean, you name it, we've got places to have shows. So please, everybody, try to come to the show this coming Friday, August 2nd, again at the Wall, 1108 R Street, and see our very funny and very relaxed Jonny Hags, because he's been relaxing, and so he's relaxing. He's going back to work with children. So if you don't come and support him, then you don't like children, and I think that's terrible. And that's all I have to say about it. So come. Club Mockery 916, our show on Friday, August 2nd.
Yeah, we have about six comedians
Yeah.
doing longer
I don't
sets
know if
for
I
the
know
most
all
part.
their names, because I don't remember anyone's name, because I have 14 million children.
John Mondragon, Marcel, space on his last name, newer comic. We have
Yeah, he's a newer guy. I
Paul
actually
Doyle,
got him
Brett
from
Fear.
Tupi.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like I saw his set and I said, hey, do you want to do a set with Club Mockery and join this comedy collective?
Oh, great.
So, yeah, and also I want you to know, was it you that invited some other comics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, please tell them, we are trying to build this. Eventually, I want to have a home, in, one of these buildings that has space. I want to have a home where we have a mocktail bar and a comedy club in the front, and a podcasting studio and a production studio in the back.
Oh yeah.
For the little films and for the podcasts. So, and then that way everyone in the collective is just going to be constantly being able to do what they want to do and get high quality production out of it, and work their and there's an open mic now. We have an open mic now officially. It starts on August 16th, which is a Friday. So every Friday, except for first Fridays, because we're going to have shows up here, but every Friday of the month, other than that, we're going to have an open mic downstairs at the Wall Marketplace, where Fish Faces and there's Milka Coffee down there. Already talked to them. They're probably going to have something out that people can have, like coffee and tea maybe, and then Fish Face said that they'll have like a limited menu for people so that they can get food and everything. So this is going to be a great thing. And so the open mic is open to any comedian that is in the collective. So it's not, doesn't cost money to join the collective, and we're just trying to promote you guys. So please, if you have comedians that you know, let them know about Club Mockery 916 and to contact us.
Great.
So yeah.
So it'll be a weekly thing.
Yep, starting on the 16th. So yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well, bye.
Woo! Club Mockery.
I think I just got a big glimpse of my butt in that.